Alright guys, I am here on another video. Uh, I have a new one, uh, this time not Cadillac related, so that's a huge surprise for me. Uh, that's very different for me actually. I've never owned a car that wasn't a Cadillac at this point, well, until this point. Uh, Sorry about the wind noise, it's pretty windy, but this car, truck, SUV uh, is different, odd. It does have slight sentimental value uh, because my granddad had something similar to it. Uh, I'm going to show you guys, and yes, it is rough, very rough. Uh, the roughest car I've ever owned or tried to get on the road. But I think it's a very cool car, truck, SUV. Very unique, slightly different from my granddad's, but just a different uh, type, I guess. Uh, Here is the 19 Chevy S10 Blazer. Like I said, it is very rough, extremely rough, and I got it for a very good deal. I did do some work to it. I tried to save it for the video, but I saw myself not getting anything done to it, and I did need to just go ahead and start doing some things, I guess, to get me a jump start or get me the motivation to start working on it. It's a 91 four-wheel drive S10 Blazer. It does not have the grill on it or the bumper. Right now the hood is also damaged, which that will be coming off at some point. I don't think I'm gonna try to fix that. I do have a replacement hood, bumper, and grill, but I also think that those replacements are damaged, so I might end up getting new ones. And as of yesterday, I noticed that this fender was damaged as well, right here. So I will end up having to get another fender for it. But so far, what I have done to it was I replaced this latch right here for the rear hatch, and today I took the cracked grill off. It is cracked right here, damaged, broken right there, as well as taking the bumper off. It is damaged right here. It was in some type of accident of some sort. I'm not exactly sure what, but can't use it. Other than that, I think that is the only damage on the car or truck. Well, there is also this is tweaked a little bit. This is where the bumper mounts. It's tweaked there. Well, that one's fine. This was the one that's tweaked. Those are the headlights that I took out of it. Won't be putting those back in. But my next step is to get this fender off, get another one, possibly get the other hood on. So the backstory with this truck was, I have a friend I went to high school with every year, all 4 years. So we still are in contact almost on a daily basis. Uh, but he told me he knew where a old Chevy was, so um, he showed me pictures of it and stuff, and he said the guy, so older fella, he wanted to get rid of it. So I didn't know the truck was that bad off, uh, but it does run. Um, so I've had it since I think December. Um, but majority of that time I couldn't do anything with it other than basically it sat for a while. So I ended up talking to the fella, the gentleman that sold me the truck, and he told me he wanted $500 for it. He said that, well, for one, the fella has a ton of cars. Um, so the fella has a ton of cars. I mean, old stuff like C10s, a few of them, F100s, Ford Econolines. Uh, had some regular S10s, Sonova wagons, Falcon wagons, uh, 57 Chevys. So there's a ton of stuff there. So I did believe the fact that he just had too many things to work on. Uh, some of them were finished, but you can tell, like, yeah, he had a lot of stuff. And he said that he built one of those Blazers before. So he kind of wasn't interested in doing it anymore. So he said it was time to just get rid of it. Um, so when I got to his house, he told me $500. You know, fair price. I think that's a fair price. Granted, it does have to have a lot of work. Um, so when I got there, it was literally sitting in a horse pasture. Poop and stuff all around it. And what was wrong with it was he said it wouldn't shift out of park. So I was thinking maybe something in the column, the steering column. It wasn't, because he said that he took the shift rod and stuff off of the transmission, and the transmission itself would not shift on the actual transmission itself. So of course I'm thinking maybe have to get the transmission rebuilt or something. So thankfully that was not the case. So I paid the fella for it. I came back, I think 2 or 3 days later, and I had my dad take me there, and we hauled the truck back to my mother's house. So it sat there for a while until I figured out, like, where am I going to take it to see about what's wrong with the transmission. So I ended up calling a few places, local places. There was one place that would work on it. Immediately I knew what was wrong with it. He said he think most likely that's what's wrong with it. He said he's been working on them since I think the 80s. He used to work at a GM dealership for a while. He also used to rebuild the transmissions, which is a 700 R4. It's a 4-wheel drive variant of that though. So I ended up getting my dad. We hauled it back through town and stuff. Took it to the local shop. It sat there for weeks. Ended up having to call the fella like every week, twice a week. Like, oh, we're getting to it. We're gonna pull it in the shop. Ended up not doing it. So it sat there for the longest. I think I ended up getting on his nerves a bit, but it seemed like he was just never gonna get to it. Granted, there was a ton of cars out there needing to be worked on, but whenever I call somebody, or I go by there and ask you like, hey, what's the update on my vehicle? And you tell me like, hey, I have people out of work and stuff like that, but I'm gonna pull it in here tomorrow or this afternoon, and you don't do it. He's saying like, yeah, I'm gonna find out what's wrong with it. This went on for probably 3 weeks, a month, of the same thing going by or calling twice a week or so, and he just didn't seem like he was ever gonna get to it. So finally, the last time I called to ask him like, hey, what's wrong with it? He's like, yeah, I had workers out and stuff. We're gonna pull it in the next day because it had to be pushed. Like I said, it wouldn't ship out of park. So I really didn't believe him. So, but something was telling me like, hey, go by there today after work and see if the Blazer's done. So when I went there, I actually didn't see it in the yard that they had. And so I talked to the fella. He was like, yeah, we're pulling it around right now to like it's done. He's like, yep, what was wrong with it was the park prowl pin, I believe. It was a rod in the transmission. It was wore out or something or another, and before it was allowing it not to shift from park to reverse, drive, neutral, or anything. So he's like, yeah, but there's one issue. There was 4 bolts broke off in the transmission, and for me to be able to get them out, I would have to pull the transmission out. Like, maybe it won't leak, is what he said. So I'm just like, okay. So as you saw the tires on the Blazer, those are the same tires I drove probably, it might have been 10 miles on it. Sketchiest ride ever. Tires are going flat on it as I was driving it, but it did shift fine. But once I got home, I looked under the truck and yes, spewing transmission fluid, and I haven't done anything with it really since then. It probably needs transmission fluid in, but I'm not dealing with, I don't like transmission work. I know a fellow that can probably deal with that for me, and some other things that I'm also gonna have done to it. I'm not gonna do it because it's suspension work. I do not like suspension work whatsoever. But my goals with it is I kind of want to use it as a daily driver. It's throttle body injection. It's very old. I don't know a whole lot about older cars, but like I said, my granddad had one. I think it might have been a 93, I believe, a Chevy S10, just a regular S10. It was a pickup truck, and it was red. And my granddad drove us everywhere with in the back seat of it, me and my cousin or sister or whoever. It had like little pull down bench seats in the back, and I thought that was the coolest thing. So I have a lot of memories from that, and I'm glad that it popped. This vehicle like fell in my lap basically. It's a deal I couldn't pass up. And so hopefully I can get a paint job and get all the body work straightened out on it. I'm not gonna do a whole lot to it as far as the body work, by the body work guy, but I can put some a grill and bumper on apparently, since I was able to take it off, and it was very easy. If anybody wants to know how I did that, I can go over it in one of the videos coming up for it. But so far, that's all that I've done with it. And so of course it needs work, body work and stuff. and I do have some rims for it. I recently bought the rims last weekend, and these are the rims right here. They are, I think, a 80s model Camaro IROC Z rims. I got 5 of them. I got them for 125, so it was 25 a piece, which is extremely good deal. I'm gonna end up painting them and everything, but the inside of it's pretty clean ish. It's been sitting a really long time. I mean, it's an old vehicle, like, don't get me wrong, like, extremely old. So this is right here, and like I said, it's not terrible. Transmission full, it looks like it's full, but it was leaking really bad. I don't know if they put too much in it. Maybe they put too much in it, but it was leaking very badly. I did notice that it looked like something was missing down here, but apparently it's it's supposed to be for the model without the AC, which it does have AC. Don't know if it works or not. Have not tried it. But this belt is on wrong. This belt is supposed to go around this idler here, right there. But it's not. I'll deal with that at some point or another. I did buy a new battery for it, but other than that, I mean, it seems pretty good. There's rust on it, quite a bit of rust under this portion of it. None of it seems, it looks bad on camera, but it seems pretty solid. I don't know if it was in a flood or anything, but like, there is rust coming out of it. And I am gonna change, I'm probably gonna put some rust converter and stuff on this portion here. I do know that I'm replacing this sway bar and the bushings. I'm gonna get like a front end kit and everything for it. And I'm looking at this bushing right here. Believe it or not, it's actually still pliable. But yeah, it's not like terrible. Of course it needs work. These are the seats and stuff. I have not cleaned this thing since I've had it. I guess this is probably one of the bolts from maybe the transmission that they broke off. But it sat for a while, really long time. It also sat without one of these windows in for the longest. Apparently the window got broke out or something, but the fellow replaced it whenever I got it, before I got it. And I think the fellow said that he replaced the gas tank fuel pump and put the window in. He actually said that he took a loss on the vehicle, which is, I believe it. I'm pretty sure that stuff was pretty expensive to do. But this is the inside. Like I said, it's dirty. The dash is cracked here, some there, but I'm not too concerned with that right now. This is very filthy. This is the back. There's a lot of stuff in here. I will show a better video of this at some point. And yes, that's a leaf right there, not a roach. I thought it was a roach at first. But there is panels and stuff back there for this. There's the hood for it. There's a bumper, like I said, and there's a grill in here somewhere. But it's not that bad. This seat is in excellent condition. It's just dirty. I do have to get all this stuff out of here, but my main thing is to and it still has all the books and stuff in it. Like, that's really cool. There is the RPO codes for it. That is pretty cool. I'm looking at this for the first time. This is cool, and it's in really good condition. That is amazing. But wow. Like I said, I hadn't done a whole lot to it. I've just been like buying parts and like and this is broke. I do plan on picking up another one. It's broke up under there. I plan on picking up another one, but I'm gonna crank it up and see if it's gonna run. It ran pretty good whenever I did have it. It's hardly got any gas in it, and it's also had the same gas in it for probably 5 years. But let's see if it starts up. And it started. It's really good oil pressure, extremely good oil pressure. Battery volts is good, and it has 132,000 miles on it, so that is really good. It is four-wheel drive. I have not tried it out yet. Do not know if it works or not. Not a priority at all. But like I said, it does run pretty good. There is not even a check engine light on it, but it smells really bad. Like I said, it's had the same gas in it for years, and it does no smoke. Stumbling a little bit. Like I said, it runs okay, pretty good. It's got really old gas in it. That's the fuel gauge there. It looks like it's about to run out. So yeah, at some point I am going to get some gas in it. Oh, it's smoky. Stinks so bad. But let's see if the transmission is still leaking. Yeah, that's where it's leaking it right there. Ton of smoke. I mean, a ton of oil. I'm gonna end up having to get that addressed sooner rather than later. But yeah, that is the Blazer S10 91 Chevy Blazer, four-wheel drive. Pretty cool. I think it's a very unique truck. Can't wait to finally start driving it. I do need to get some tires for it. Tires is my next step. I may do a video on painting the rims. I probably will, but just check the transmission fluid again. It shows that it's still fine, but I might do a video on painting the rims. I never painted rims before. Hardly painted anything ever other than a house or rooms. But yeah, that is the Blazer, and that is it. Yeah, I know it's been a while. Hopefully I can have some more frequent videos coming up. So thanks for watching, and come back next time on the next video on whether it's a Cadillac or a Chevy. I don't know. Thanks.